offer from the Pulaski Technical College in Little Rock, and I honestly believe it was a good opportunity to help educate some people in the community, but due to the point me having to move to Georgia, to relocate my business and to start a different avenue in life, I had to turn down the offer. But honestly, doing things like that, I think, are a plus because sometimes you can get in the system, especially it was a part-time thing where I can help still do what I do, still get compensated for it, but still be able to really help some more people with my experiences and the things I have learned as an independent welder. Um, Two of the things that they wanted me to teach in there was stick welding, 6010, 7018, and flux core welding, and 3G and 4G basically was the main things that they really taught, part time. So to me, I think those are two valuable skills because those are on the clock jobs all around, all year round. Depends on where you at, where you're located at. But you can get money with a stick rod and with flux core thumbs down. So I appreciate the opportunity of the guy reaching out. We had a great conversation. And one thing that I noticed about it, he said he really liked it, my energy and the information that I gave him. You can tell he made he made a comment and said, "Well, I can kind of tell you're not just an Instagram welder." So I thought that was funny, because some people are so caught up with the looks of things, just, oh, I want to make a pretty well or post this pretty picture. But when it comes to really getting your hands dirty and really getting in the field, having that field experience, being in the shop and in the field, installing ironworker, welder, field welder, that stuff is very valuable to the person who's getting ready to jump into welding, because not only does your experience can help give them direction, but you can also see things like a coach. Something was brought to my attention maybe a maybe a week or so ago, and it was about a coach, about how the head coach's system works. And you would think that the coach that get paid the most money is the one that's actually on the ground with the team, and he's being compensated. But the one that's actually up in the sky, that's way up there in the skybox, that can see down on top of everything, he's the one makes the most money because he actually can see the game from a different perspective. Not only is he's watching the game, but he's far enough away he can see plays that the other coach, being on the ground level, can't see. So, I think that that's valuable, having that experience, meaning you have a level of experience where not only have you're not saying that you're just transcend, but you're on a level where you can see down now versus then just being on the ground seeing in. To me, I think when you are just a regular welder, I would say just a person that's just punching the clock, and you had never been independent, you never really did the mobile traveling and really going state to state and learning the system and learning what not to do with loads and different codes in different states. And I think it'd be hard for you to give a person a very round perspective of welding, of being independent or just being a field welder versus a shop welder. I think me being able to say that I literally have experienced both fields, it makes me an asset for a beginning welder. So, I think that in Georgia, most definitely, like I say, my goal is to really help people be independent, help people turn a trade into a business, to teach welding on an independent standpoint, and also on if I get affiliated with a school or affiliated with a program, and help them as well come in and teach. I feel however we can be able to help really educate our people to understand that it's okay to have a physical trade, but don't be limited just thinking that you have to settle with that physical trade, because you literally can turn that trade into a business. So I think that's very important. So just wanted to salute everyone that's in the Little Rock area, North Little Rock area. Like I say, I'm born there, and I most definitely will be coming there, teaching or doing seminars and talking to my people and really encouraging and doing some hands-on welding, because my goal is to bring in a mobile setup where I can physically talk and show people that want to actually get their hands dirty and strike an arc and give them the idea. Like, I want to make that accessible to see if this is what you want to do. We got TIG welding, we got MIG welding, we got stick welding, and to give them an idea of how they got options with their career. Not only to me, because just being a regular welder can just get you a job, because I see in certain places, the wages are way. I've seen them, still ranging from $12 to $15, $12 to $18, 15 to 22, 25, 20 to 25, depends on the location. So I mean, every place is different, but I really think if you look at it as using your trade, using your talent to produce products, So I think that in the long run, as long as we can start somewhere, we got to start somewhere. We have to get our education from somewhere. We have to learn from someone. We have to take the proper channels. If it's going through a technical college, if it's going through an independent person, a tutor, or getting some type of free course. They have different courses that last 3 to 6 weeks. I know a few that runs like that in Tulsa, Oklahoma. They have some that runs where they literally give you the class free. They get so many clients in, and they promote to help people get jobs and help turn around the community. So I'm thankful for the opportunity to be able to be considered to be a welding instructor in that area. And I think it would have been cool, but like I say, I'm moving on to Georgia, so that's my goal. And my goal is to just try that area out. I got an opportunity there, and we only live once. And when you're dealing with family, I think that it's important to do what's best for your family, and also do what's best for you. Because if you're trying to do something really for your family, if you're not in a good situation and things are not right for you, it's going to be hard for you to really help someone else. So I think it's very important for us to get ourselves together, self-preservation, and then we can really, really be able to help those we really want to help. So just wanted to say, man, I think that it's good to utilize all of our opportunities. You never know how a door would open, so don't despise the door. Sometimes a door will open to let you know that another door can open, So now that, it's funny, once you see certain doors open and that you have to miss out, it doesn't mean that you really missed out, but it also shows you what you can do somewhere else, you know what I mean? So, I think that all the opportunities that come by our path are meant to be, and, I think it's also a blessing to actually see yourself transcend through different levels, like starting off when I started welding, and literally when I got into welding, when I got out of prison, I was making $8 an hour. And when I left welding, as far as working for someone, punching a clock, I was a foreman and I was making $30 an hour. So I went from $8 an hour to $30 an hour working for someone within a 10-year period, and started my independence. You see what I'm saying? So I understand the process, and me making that low amount, honestly, was for me being in that area. I was in an area that was, a poverty area. Then I was a felon. I had just got out of prison. So, the people wanted to kind of see where I was at. And then I was black too, so, I had like 3 strikes against me, you would say. But anyway, they gave me an opportunity, HogOn. They gave me an opportunity. So in Newport, Arkansas, actually, where it was at, in Newport, Arkansas, I got the opportunity to work for Tailor Made, and I was doing TIG and MIG and stainless and aluminum. And I went from literally, I started off at $8 an hour. Within 2 to 3 weeks, maybe 3, I got a raise making $10. The people seen my potential and how I was producing, and they was like, "Hey, man, this dude, we need to give him something so he won't leave." So the guy that was a foreman on the floor, he promised me that I'd make more money. I just needed to be there longer. After I was there a year, I got an opportunity at another job that opened up a bigger door. I was able to learn more and to expand my knowledge. So I left that shop, so to speak, and I moved to a shop slash field position where I was fabricating in the shop, and then we was going out in the field and installing it, and it was cool. You know what I mean? So I think that me having the experience that I went from one stage to another gave me the opportunity to really learn some things. Let me see what you're saying. I got put the it's early this morning, so oh, that's good. That's good. Actually, when I was in Arizona, when I left Arizona, well, before I left, I had a couple opportunities from some local technical colleges in Glendale that I actually had an opportunity for, but and like I say, I had to leave there, so I ended up missing that opportunity. But I think it would have been cool. But the guy that actually worked for them before told me it really wasn't a good place to kind of network with. He worked there full time. I was only gonna do it part time just to help out. But the guy, he ended up getting another job or whatever. But that's good, man. I think however you can get your education. You know, like I say, I started mine off in prison. I had to do, we did 14 months at combination of welding. And in there, I had time to really, really focus on what I wanted to do. And I just took advantage of that time, you know, even though I had to have certain things to get there because you couldn't even get in the program unless you had your GED, unless you had so much good time, unless you had your class. You was almost short within so many months to go home. Like you had to have a whole lot of criteria just to get in there. So once I finally made the criteria, I dived in it and I took advantage of it. So I think if you got an opportunity to take advantage in some of these schools, these independent programs, these programs, take advantage of it, man, because it can literally take your life to another level, like literally. So I don't despise it. So if you're in an area where you got an opportunity, take advantage of those opportunities, man, because um, you never know how that door can open up many doors for your life. Because I learned that there, and I had got a chance to see some cool things. You know, I have traveled working for others. I have, you know, made good money. I made, you know, good money being independent, better money, so to speak. But you know, then again, you know, had been to places where the money wasn't flowing as good, but I was able to maintain because sometimes when you're going through transition of things, stuff happens. You know what I mean? You have to learn new areas. You know, like right now. Um, I'm living in Oklahoma City. Peace, brother. Peace, peace, peace. Um, I'm living in Oklahoma City, but I'm passing through, so I'm on my way out going to Georgia. So while I'm here now, I'm just utilizing the time here to do the things that I need to do while I transition to another area. This area actually just didn't work out for me. I did accomplish some things. I did meet some cool people, but it just wasn't for me. You know what I mean? So moving on. But just wanted to say, man, that opportunity um, that I got from that instructor that called me, that head instructor, it it just let me know that God got something for me. You know, I might can't sometimes when you in the midst of things you can't see everything, but you be on the right track. Yes, yes, you have to take advantage of that time, bro, and most definitely. Like I say, I went to prison from 16 to 26 years old, so during that decade, I was able to learn a lot, and I went down there during the time of the so-called, you know about the Joe Biden, Bill Clinton Prison Reform Act that I got affected by that, and actually. Um, I shouldn't have went to prison that long for those charges, but due to that act, I had to stay there a decade. So I took advantage of it. Like I say, the main thing literally that helped me survive that time was making goals for myself and making short-term goals I could accomplish, and then making longer goals, and then making bigger goals, like setting goals and feeding myself information and keeping a positive outlook on where I wanted to go, man. I think that's a big thing, because just because I was in a physical prison, there's a lot of people out here that's in mental prisons and physical prisons with themselves being free, you know. So I think you really have to just learn how to discipline yourself and fight back some of your own thoughts and really critique and build you. You know what I mean? Take the time when you're going through your valley, through your journey of transformation, through your odyssey, so to speak. Um, Take that time to really build you and really know what you want to do. So if welding is something for you, man, I think that, me personally, it can open up many doors for you. There's many myths to welding, and me personally, I just want to let you know, you don't have to have a GED to be a welder. You don't have to go to a college or a school to be a welder. You don't have to be in debt to be a welder. So there's many things, there's many ways around the regular form, because some places keep people from entering it because they got to have so many regulations. Man, you got to have a GED, you got to have this. And most people coming from the streets of poverty, they might didn't graduate high school. They probably just, they smart, but they hands on. You know what I mean? So, you know, everybody have a different situation, and that's why I decided to teach independently, and I do independent classes here, and where I'm going there, I'm gonna have independent classes going, and I want to make them affordable for that area. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to bust nobody head for no education like what we get in America. I'm not trying to do that. I'm trying to help a person, and I'm knowing, you know, like I said the other day, that I know if I help 10, only one gonna come back. Those are the numbers. Those are the statistics. So if I help 1,000, I know 100 will come back, and we can network, and we'll be able to build and do businesses and make products, and no telling what we'll do. You know what I mean? They might come up with an idea that I never imagined off of a seed that I planted. So I feel like in order for me to really help, I got to make it available. So I want to make it available for those that want it. And it's not pulling nobody arm or making someone do something. They got to want it. You know what I mean? Hold up, brother. I missed it. I appreciate that, man. You know what? It's so much about it, man. I just think that there's a lot of opportunities for it. So, you know, um, just because you might be older and you jump into it doesn't mean it can't work for you, because there's so many options for you, from building furniture, from making your own products, from doing field stuff, from, you know, doing fabrication in shops. Like, just have a job to keep your bills going. Like, you know, I think, like, as we go, we grow. You know, everybody ain't meant to be an owner. You know, I get that. Everybody ain't meant to be independent. Some people need that structure. You know what I mean? So that's cool. But having the career, being able to live a little bit more better, not being able to be just controlled by the system, so to speak. HogOn, I appreciate you checking in with me. I appreciate you checking in. Like I say, I'm just coming through this morning. Just wanted to talk to you about that a little bit. And, you know, I just think, man, that the opportunities we get shows us the path we're on. Sometimes you don't know. Sometimes you have to test the waters, you know. So don't give up. Don't think that you can't do it, because there's ways to do it. So I understand that some schools require a lot of different things in order for you to get involved in them. So I get that. So don't get discouraged. There's still independent tutors, independent teachers, different programs and seminars where you can actually take advantage, that don't require nothing but you saying, hey, I'm old enough. I'm willing to sign up. Yes, I'm willing to, you know, work this program through this job or whatever, and take advantage of it, man. So I just wanted to talk to y'all at this early this morning. I'm up, like I say, I've been up thinking I'm an early bird, early bird. You know, they say the early bird get the worm. You know what I mean? So I'm from the South. So my grandfather used to be up early, already on his coffee. You know, um, watching the news clips from the other day or the night or whatever. You know what I mean? Reading the paper and being raised like that, man, in the South. Just it helped me with my hustle now, with my grind now, because I was born in Little Rock and I was raised in Southeast Arkansas, in Arkansas City, McGee, and Reed. And being in those areas, man, in the Delta, it was just a different life. You know, it was a different struggle. And down there, a lot of people wasn't skilled. It was sharecropping, cropping cotton fields, farm, gins, factories, you know, look, so it really wasn't a lot of skills, you know. I know a lot of mechanics that was skilled, you know, but when it came to like welding, fabrication, engineering, I didn't know nobody that was doing it. But my mom gave it to me. She planted that seed on visitation while I was in prison. And I was 17 at the time when she came down and planted that seed and just asked me, what are you going to do once you get out? And she said, I've been watching those been watching these commercials of Tulsa Welding School because they was running a lot of commercials, and it was like, man, the money you can make, people underwater welding, they traveling, they doing this, and she really put that seed in my mind, and I asked her to send me some information, and she did. Went to the library, sent me some, and the rest was history. You know, like sometimes a seed can be planted in a mysterious way, like but that gave me hope. Like that helped me survive a time in my life where I literally thought I wasn't gonna survive, but I was holding on to welding. Like that was my my safe haven, knowing that if I critiqued it, if I get that knowledge, that I could actually get out and build a better life for myself. I didn't have to go to crime. I didn't have to come back and be a repeated offender over and over like some people that I knew. You know, I could actually take this welding hood and change my life. I can go anywhere, do anything, literally. And it started off, and it's crazy that I got this one. This is the hood I started off with, but um, it wasn't a transitional lens. This is a transitional lens where I could do TIG, MIG, you know, combo welding, the full nine. But when I started, a guy blessed me when I got out of prison. He blessed me with a Jackson hood, my first hood, and it had a number 10 shade in it. And man, I did a lot with that hood before I upgraded. And now I got a Jackson hood. It's cool. We got the full settings in it. It's pretty cool. And sometimes you start off, you know, you finish how you start. So that's how I started. This is the new version. I really like it. But I remember getting that gift, and that guy gave me that, and so that's how I ended up starting. Yes, I appreciate it, man. You know, that's my goal, man. Um, you know, I don't think we should be selfish with our lives, even if we don't feel it at the moment. But if enough people tell you, you got some, share it, share it, share it. You know, you never know. You know, sometimes we get caught up in the numbers. Well, I ain't getting enough numbers. Well, enough people ain't doing this. Or enough people ain't sharing. And you know, I'm not really caught up in that. You know, I appreciate those who share. I appreciate those who like it, who give comments. But I'm more caught up in just planting the seed, you know, and letting it be what it is. And if it's meant to be, it's going to grow on that seed, you know, on that good soil. You know, like the parable say, some seeds fell on rocky ground. Some seeds fell on ground with thorns in them. Some seeds fell on good ground. And everybody take things differently. Everybody's from a different past, so they might not fully understand. And I remember a cousin of mine, before I let y'all go, he's dead now, and we call him Bruce. And he used to always tell me, if people are not on your level, don't scoot down to theirs. He was like, if they don't know, he said, what's understood doesn't need to be explained. You live how you live. If someone don't get it, then it's not for them to get it. You don't have to explain yourself to that person. You know, that's that's your life. And he was like, those who get it, those are the people you network with. But you can't save people. You only can help those who want to pull themselves up. You know what I mean? But most definitely, if you get to trying to help people that don't really want to get help, all you're going to do is get some unneeded enemies, some people to try to create a demise for you, instead of being surrounded by people who actually want to see you grow and achieve and do some great things. You know what I mean? So I just think it's important, man, for us to utilize the information that we get, utilize the fact that we are who we are, and if you have a vision, you have a goal, you're gonna have to protect it. You're gonna have to um, honor it. You're gonna have to really pursue it yourself. You know, so remember what I said about the ideal is free, but the initiation costs. You know, we can sit back and have great ideas all the time, but until we actually put some actions behind it, until we actually jump off the porch, like we say in the South, ain't nothing gonna happen. You know, just like the scriptures say, faith without works is dead. Think about it. You know, you can have the faith, but do you have the works? Meaning, are you willing to live what you believe? You know, and it's gonna be some trying times. It's gonna be some times where you're gonna be like, man, I don't know if I'm going to come, but you never give up. So I just wanted to say that, you know, the opportunity that I got just to offer, you know, it just let me know that I'm on the right path. Um, Wish I could have took the opportunity. I think it would have been cool, but you know, life got a different path for me right now. But I know that God has a mission for me, and I'm gonna be able to do what's needed. I'm gonna be able to help those who I need to help. If it's through video, if it's through physical, teaching them, training them, or it's just through the example that I have left written down. You know, so my goal is just to live to be remembered, utilize my life. You know what I mean? Get my hog on while I'm doing it. So I appreciate those who checking in with me this morning. Like I say, I know I'm an early bird, so I know a lot of people probably down right now. But just wanted to just say, man, follow your dreams. If welding is something you want to do, pursue it. There's a lot of opportunities. Check out my website, www.hogonwelding.com. That's www.hogonwelding.com. Check out some of my merch. I got some cool merch. Check out some of my merch. It's on Amazon Prime. You go to Amazon, you can put in HogOn hoodies, HogOn t-shirts, sweaters, zip hoodies, pop sockets, whatever you need. So those who want to support that way, you can support that way. I appreciate you. Right now, I don't have the hats on Amazon, but I do have the hats on person where I send them out. The hats are $25. So for those who do want to shop with me on the hats are $25. And I have different styles of all of them pretty cool though. I have a lot of snapbacks and a lot of none of the hats I have are fitted though. Most all of them are snapbacks of some kind. So with the air or the feel, or the leather, you know, it just depends on what kind you like. But I have different kinds, and a few of them, like I say, right now they ranging from at 25. I might have some. I'll be on the $30 range, but they're more of a nicer hat and of a different. It'll have more of a what they call a stitched on logo than a pressed on logo, you know. So just wanted to come to y'all with that, man. I appreciate those who follow me. Keep sharing, keep liking. If you know someone that needs this information, share one of the videos. I have many videos in my archives. Like I say, over since I started my independence in 2016, actually at the end of 2016 in December, is when I actually released my first video around that time. So I have many videos. I think over 3,000 videos of just small things showing different jobs. Some of them talking, giving information. Some of them just giving some seminar type information where I'm actually going over some verbatim things. Man, I got plenty of things out there. So I don't know how it's going to go, but if whoever needs it, it's out there. You know what I mean? I hope it encourages someone and they can use it. And like I say, my goal is to keep giving. So the podcast is coming soon. So lock it in. It's going to be www.hogonpodcast. That's www.hogonpodcast. It's coming soon. And we're going to be doing some interviews. Um, we're going to be talking on the phone with some people. We're going to be going out meeting some businesses. Seeing what they got going on independently. Like, we really want to actually show you that you can do it, to inspire you stories that inspire you to do better, and just hearing it from someone else. Sometimes you think it can't be done until you actually see someone that looks like you, that's from where you from, actually do it. And I was always raised, if another man can do it, that means you can do it. Hold